Hello and welcome to the first round of the Skill Issue Fantasy Series 2021. We're in Barcelona. Nothing to report just yet other than this is a 15-lap race around the Spanish circuit. Let's go right to qualifying. So here's what I've settled on for the race distance. Now, if a lap takes me between a minute and a minute 15, I'll do a 20-lap race. If it takes a minute 15 to 30, I'll do a 15-lap race. And if it takes more than a minute 30 to do a lap, I'll do a 13-lap race. That way, the times are kind of sort of a little bit consistent with each other, and also it will save my knees. But that's the only decision I've come to so far. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop talking, let this hot lap play out, and then get back on it after qualifying.
The leader has just done a 1:13.16. The leader has just done a 1:12.36.
So it is Max Verstappen taking pole, continuing his championship form from the end of the previous season. Lewis Hamilton takes second, Valtteri Bottas takes third, and Lando Norris best of the rest. Shocking upset, Mick Schumacher in P5 with the Haas. Not going to see that very often. I myself ended up qualifying in P17, surprisingly ahead of Carlos Sainz, unsurprisingly ahead of Nikita Mazepin. Let's go right into the race and have a good time. So it is 5 green lights and I am off to my first sloppy start of the 2021 season, stuck here behind the Alfa Romeo, but going to take the outside, legally keeping it within track limits, crawling around the outside and taking P14, jumping up 3 positions around the first corner. Sweep is a little hectic, but there's a braking zone coming up, and I know that once we cross under the bridge there will be another chance to take a position, but backing out of it because the line closes down quickly.
All right.
So strategy-wise, what I'm hoping for here is to split the, make a dive on the Alpine, but not quite making the second Alfa Romeo. Strategy-wise, what I'm hoping to do is split the race in half, softs on either the 7th or 8th lap, depending on how that front left holds out. And it really is going to be a matter of me measuring the throttle in these long right-hand turns, like this one, like the one at the start of the race, like the one around the last 2 corners. Hopefully I can stretch the tires as long as I need to, making another dive. Ooh, claiming another position up to P12 on the first lap here. I'm going to stop talking, let the rest of this lap play out, and then jump into the highlights once the lap is over. Part of the way through lap 2 now, chasing down Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin, outbraking him, claiming the inside, no contact, keeping it clean, and taking P11. A little close to teammate George, but not quite enough to make 2.
Now keep pushing. To your left. We're seeing minor.
On to lap 3 now, where I've clung on to the gearbox of teammate George and Mick Schumacher, who has dropped to P9, making a move, taking 2 positions, and then the game decides it's illegal. Unfortunately, I have to give those positions back and try again. And try again I do, still in the 3rd lap, DRS zone, taking it on the outside. Mick is holding up George, and an easy pass to take 2 positions into P9 on the 3rd lap of the race. Unfortunately, I'd love to tell you I spent the next 5 laps fighting it out, but truthfully, I put the 2 behind me and made up a ton of space, but nothing doing, just going into the pits on the end of lap 8.
Watch your speed.
So I'd come out of the pits in P15 and over the next few laps made up a few positions, passing other cars in the pits, and this unfortunately my last fight, quote unquote, outpacing Vettel with DRS along the start-finish straight and claiming P10 in the points at the start of lap 11.
Verstappen is now leading.
Unfortunately, the next few laps had no action, made a couple more positions passing other cars in the pit lane, but there was no action on track, made space in front of Vettel, wasn't able to catch up to anyone in front of me, so I'm just going to play out the last lap and then get back to you once the race has ended.
The gap in front is now 8.7. 2 litres remaining. Okay, that's the finish. Well done, mate.
And here is how everything plays out. Verstappen wins, taking the first win of the season, continuing his championship form. Bottas takes second place, and Charles Leclerc rounds out the podium with Lando Norris still best of the rest. I myself finished in 8th place. Love to get points at the start of the season. Love to start out strong, feeling good and looking forward to the next round. Now, normally this is where I would talk about what has changed, but since it's the first race, all I can say is that Verstappen and, in fact, Red Bull are both top of the 2 world championships. I am half as good as Pierre Gasly, which hurts me very much, but twice as good as Lance Stroll, and you know what? I will always take that good news. Looking forward to the next circuit in Japan. Gonna have a good race, gonna have to practice a bit, but looking forward to it. So that'll be round 2, but until then, have a good day, and bye.